This conference will now be recorded.
Starts. Okay.
Okay, stats. What have we started in stats?
Yeah. What is the statistics and what are the types of statistics are there? What is the data type and what type of data types we have attached? Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anjan, Malayaliano?
Sorry. No, no, Telugu.
తెలుగునా? యాక్సెంట్ కొంచెం మలయాళీ లాగా అనిపిస్తే.
Okay. There is this today's money joined Shivaram Akanksha.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Yeah.
No, good morning. Akanksha?
Yes, sir.
Please call her on. See, you just follow them. Okay, 6 o'clock with the session. You just come at 6 o'clock. Okay, and message them your friends as well. Okay, it was very complicated to follow the people at all time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, please mute all of you. Shivaram, I think it was the first class for you. I know the pain. It was little tricky to follow the thing, but you don't worry about it. It was very simple thing. I explained as of now. Okay. So for that one, I'm already creating the beautiful document for you all guys. The reason is that if you go for before attending the any interview, okay, if you go for that particular document, see there is a documents I'm creating it, but I'm creating the documents with the different sources as well. If I miss any point, actually, I would like to add into that particular topic, okay, because of I want to make it as a standardized document. I would like to go with the printing and I would like to share with as well, okay. But don't misuse my document. I was putting a lot of effort. Sometime I was spending a lot of time. Yesterday night I was spent almost till 1 o'clock, okay, and I again relog into the session at 6 o'clock. See, I sleep almost like 3 to 4 hours only. Hope you understood how much pain I'm taking it. But don't misuse my document. It was my life next, okay? Because of many people are attending the sessions, and I was explain the classes. But thing is that at end of the time, again they are lack of okay documents. Okay, they're unable to follow the things on board. Okay, even if I explain each and everything, they could not able to write each and everything into notes, right? Because of they're the professionals. Okay, so that's the main thing. That is the main thing. It was influenced me to create the documents. Okay, see how beautiful I am creating the documents. You just need to understand. Yeah, see, topic wise. So if even some more advanced concepts also I'm adding in that thing. It's a dynamical document I'm creating it because of it was every day it was updating. Every day it is updating. Okay. Yeah. Even if I talk a single new point, that thing also I'm adding into this particular document. Okay.
Okay.
See, yeah, see what I explained yesterday's class. Okay, so this is the document, but for this one I already created a what we call course content for this particular thing. For this particular statistics, I created a this thing. It's a course content. Okay.
Okay.
See, this is the course content like statistics, type of statistics, type of data, measure of central tendency, mean, median, mode, okay, and the skewness effects, on
Mhm.
central tendency. First of all, what is central tendency? We just need to understand measure of dispersion, coefficient of variation, standard deviation, variance, population, skewness, kurtosis, quartile, covariance, correlation, multicollinearity, hypothesis, hypothesis testing, one-tailed and two-tailed test, critical region, type 1 error, type 2 error,
Yeah,
steps in
hypothesis
hypothesis,
testing,
yeah,
p-values,
p-value, confidence interval, hypothesis testing for large
z-test,
size of
t-test,
samples, yeah, Z-test and t-test, ANOVA test, chi-square test, okay,
ANOVA,
and confusion
sorry,
matrix, yeah, A/B testing, random variables, discrete variables, continuous variables, sets, and
you're making
operations
me
in
to
the
study my
sets.
entire operational management stuff book, man. Again.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Probability density. Even I was see this central. Actually, how I'm creating the document. It's not like topic wise. Actually, there is
Mhm.
some connectivity is there.
Mhm.
See, for each topic, it might be there is a connectivity. Okay.
Mhm.
See,
Mhm.
if we go with the central limit theorem, it
Mhm.
was a sampling related thing. For example,
Yes.
we have that sample and population.
Yep.
So the sample, whether it is replicated of your population or not, how you were working on it, then how you can handle it. Even
Yeah.
some kind of statistics I was not written over here. I
Mhm.
need to be created because of sampling techniques like upsampling, downsampling, okay,
Yeah.
oversampling,
Yeah.
and so there is a lot of sampling techniques are there, right? Replacement
Yeah.
sampling, okay,
Yeah.
and so those things also I can add it. And outliers here, IQR I explained, but outliers also I need to be added. I
Yeah.
was I was trying to adding into outlier detection and anomaly detection into this
Uh-huh.
particular area. Because of there I need to talk with IQR. Not only so people are outliers in the sense only they are seeking only IQR like interquartile range, okay,
Yeah.
or else percentiles or quartiles or pi summary data.
Mhm.
Those things will excellent, but outliers will handle in different ways like standard deviation and quartiles, 100% quartiles, box plot. There is different um algorithms we are using to detection of outliers, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, so people always removing the outliers in their data. That is wrong actually, okay.
Yeah.
So outliers we need to handle it, but not remove it actually. Outliers are
Yes.
very valuable information. In people who are working on the data science, who are sharing the knowledge, okay, and others actually, I'm talking really in the outsides. The people who are attending my session, they're not supposed to understood actually why an engine is unable to take the session regularly, okay. See
Mhm.
guys, the pain getting the reason is that I want to make you as a stabilized student, stabilized professional data scientist actually. So I can't help out after you getting the job, right? Like
Yeah.
I can explain whatever I have in my brain. I can explain blah 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 blah. Okay, end of the day you got a job, but again you come to me and Anjan, please explain how should I handle this particular thing in my work area. What I can do, I cannot help for one student. I can help only one student, right? But at a time, if you come to the at least 10 to 15 people, then what I can do? Nothing, right? I
Nothing
need
you
to
can
simply
do.
hands up, a simply hands up. You might be risking your job, right? That's the reason,
Yeah.
guys. Right? Understood. See, if I'm not available for one day in the sense, I'm not taking rest. I'm spending some time on one particular thing to create
Mhm.
some beautiful thing. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So anyway, like
That should not
statistics.
be a problem. I can read out those things like as soon as you share the document, like we can continue with the central tendency. That's
Yeah, sure. Yeah, in a simple point, I can explain you, but roughly I can explain you because of I just need to myself is 100%. Okay. Like statistics is all about working on the data, right?
yeah.
Okay. So coming to this particular data, there is a lot of steps will be there that we can say that it's a data pipeline, okay, or
Yeah.
data life cycle, okay.
Yes.
So the first thing is that a data gathering, okay.
Yeah.
So based upon your problem statement. For example, if I given one specific problem, if we gather the data for some different problem statement, is the data can work?
Nope.
No, simply it was rejected and your job was 100% risk. Okay, so based upon your problem statement, we need to gather the data and we
Mhm.
need to analyze the data. Okay, and after that one we need to trends, we need to get the trends actually. Okay, after that one we need to take the decisions. Okay,
Mhm.
this whole thing we are calling it the statistics.
Yes.
So statistics was a very simple term. It's a mainly actually we are using the statistics from the last 200 years onwards or 300 years onwards. Okay,
Obviously.
see, yeah, it's not like a new subject. Okay, so there is many scientists, their lives are there in this particular statistic. They implemented a lot of algorithms for your future predictions and everything. And so in software field, they started in the 1950s actually, but statistics are there in the 80s or centuries before actually. Okay, so basically statistics in the sense based upon the problem statement, we need to gather the data and we need to analyze the data. We need to see the trends on that particular data, and we need to go for taking the decisions on the particular data actually. Okay,
Yeah.
in the 1990s you don't have any kind of proper software tools.
Yep.
Okay, you don't have any proper software tools. Everything we need to do in the paper itself. Okay,
Yes.
for example, I would like to invest in one company. That
Mhm.
moment you don't have any kind of softwares. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
which company is the good, which company is the bad, or which company I need to invest, that particular situation, you need to get the information yourself on that particular company. And you need to sit in one room and need to do some kind of analysis in your own way in your paper. And finally we are taking the decision yourself, and you're going to be investing in the 1990s without any softwares. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
that is also data science only. Okay, data science is the field which can help you to predict the future, right? So
Yes. Absolutely.
from that one, the base thing we are using the statistics. Okay, but in the
Yeah.
1950s we don't have any kind of softwares, so that everything we are doing in the paper itself. Okay,
Yeah.
after that one the computer generation comes to the picture, and there we are using a little bit of excel, some more advanced softwares like excel. Okay,
Yeah.
initially we have an excel. In the excel we have some kind of statistics formulas we are implemented, and instead of doing the work on the paper, okay, you're doing the work on excel sheets actually. Okay,
Yeah.
so after that one, here also we are unable to do that for everything. There is a lot of tricky formulas we should use it. Some formulas they're implemented with beautiful functions. Okay, but some
Mhm.
formulas they are not implemented. This is also we're facing a lot of issue. Okay, that
Yep.
particular moment IBM is started a particular software that is SPSS.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so this is SPSS was very simple thing, drag and drop. Okay, there also we need to write some kind of doc. We can able to make it some kind of coding as well, syntax as well. But most of the time we are using the this kind of drag and drop things only. Okay, it was
Okay.
replacing your Excel. It was replacing your Excel, and we are working on SPSS actually. Okay,
Yep.
but
Mhm.
might be there is other competitors also there, right? The competitors are using the SAS.
Yep.
SPSS will be used by the IBM. SAS will be used by some other people. Okay. So after this thing, what they are implemented actually, this is also it's like their drag and drop, and this is the pay tools. So, but the 20s, so 20s we started. We have in a programming language which was a Python. Okay,
Yeah.
so when Python is comes to the picture, they are introduced the different kind of algorithms like machine learning algorithms and deep learning algorithms. We are I mean deep learning is come to the picture after once the Python is comes to the picture, deep learning is come to the real world actually. Okay, so machine learning and deep learning and those things were implemented with help of the Python. So this is the way the data science is very easy for now. Okay, initial
Mm.
days it was very complicated. Data science is not a new subject. The people are saying that it was a booming technique. Data science is a booming techniques. 1920s it's a booming techniques. You are getting the wonderful job, sexiest job in the world. Like this we are getting right. this
Yeah.
this kind of words we are getting right. The
Yeah.
thing is that it was very simple. The data science is not new subject. It was old subject. Because of Python it was some people very easy to understand, and so that many people are learning. But data science is old subject, guys. It's not new subject. Okay,
They used to call as a predictive analytics.
Yeah, they might be called it's a data mining, they might be called it's data analyst, or else a business intelligence. There is different tricky names they're using. But at this moment, the 2021, they are using like data science. But before the data science, the names are different. Okay, they're data mining. Okay, a data analyst, business intelligent. Okay, now in the 2021, we are calling this something like a data science, we are calling it a machine learning engineer, we are calling it a data deep learning. Okay, so this names we are using actually. Anyway, so it was very simple thing. Statistics all about working on the data for predictions purpose. Okay, there we have the two kind of statistics are there. One is the descriptive statistics. Okay, one is the inferential statistics. Okay, descriptive statistics in the sense it's all about describing your data. For example, you have the COVID-19 data, you need to describe it. This as of now, like 2 crore people are got infected of this COVID, and 20 lakhs people are died with help of with this particular COVID. This kind of description you are giving actually. Okay,
Yeah.
that kind of thing we are calling it's a descriptive statistics. They are using some kind of aggregation function, something like a mean, averages, mean or mode, a standard deviation. Those kind of things we are using for describing your data. Okay, describing your data. And their inferential statistics in the sense we are estimating and predicting your future. You're estimating and predicting your future with help of some kind of statistics only. Okay, so
Yeah.
that is also it's a type of statistics only. Coming to the descriptive statistics, there is a two kind of things are there. One is summarization, one is visualization. Summarization and visualization, this is the two things also it's a descriptive statistics only. Okay, summarization in the sense we are simply describing your data. Visualization in the sense you are here we are story. Summarization, you are telling the story. Visualization, we are showing the story. Okay,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
very simple. Without without screenplays and everything, like a director is come to you and he was explaining story. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
visualization, it's a movie is done and we are showing you actually. Okay,
Yeah.
so which one is very comfortable to get the decision? Visualization, right? Which
Yes.
one is very easy to understand? If someone is telling the story without any visualizations and without any videos, okay, like what you can do, so something like we are getting boring, right? But once the story it was in the video format, okay, you are enjoying, right? Okay, they're
Yep.
adding some kind of glitches, something like it was pretty easy to understood, right?
Yes.
So like visualization, even you could not have any kind of knowledge in the statistics, he can understand. Okay, but story, he can understand only who having the knowledge on the statistics. That is the differences. Okay, you got in my point?
Yeah, I get you. I got your point.
Yeah, so coming to the data types, there is a different data types are there, something like numbers and categoricals. Okay, the numbers only we are calling it a quantitative, and the categorical things we are calling it a qualitative. Okay, from the qualitative we can measure that particular qualitative data with help of the nominal data and ordinal data.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and coming to the quantitative data, we can measure with okay, so ratio and intervals. Okay, or continuous or discrete, whatever it is. Okay, like this kind of nominal data, it is just names. There
Yeah.
is no proper order. Okay, you can do only one statistic, that is the mode. That is the only mode we can apply on this particular nominal data. Okay, coming to the ordinal data, you can apply the median and we can apply the mode as well.
Yeah.
Okay, ordinal days, because of there is some order is there, so that we can apply some kind of mode, median as well as mode as well. Okay, and coming to this particular ratio, intervals. Okay, except multiplication and division and some kind of absolute things. Okay, we can apply any statistics on the interval data. Interval data is a quantitative data. For example, 50 to 60. Okay, this day
Yeah.
to that particular date. For example, Monday, for example, today 2021, June 25th, right? From
Yes.
June 25th to April 25th, this is the some intervals. Okay,
Yes.
you can do only addition and subtraction, you can't do any kind of multiplication on this particular intervals. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can apply any kind of statistics except multiplication and division.
Yeah.
If the data is ratio, that means continuous or discrete, whatever it is. Okay. So it's absolute data. Actually, you can see that, you can say that it's a exact data. It's a structured data, first of all. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That particular structured data, you can apply any kind of statistics.
Yes.
You can apply mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, okay, and range. Anything you can apply. Anything.
Yeah.
Multiplication, division, arithmetic things, everything you can apply on the data is ratio data. Okay. That
Yeah.
means it's a continuous or discrete data. Okay.
Mm.
So that's what I explained as of now. I hope Shivaram, you understood what you missed
Yeah.
it in the previous sessions. Okay.
Yep. Yep. No
Yeah,
worries.
if you see the document, you can easily just, it's a readable document. Definitely you can enjoy the
Yeah.
subject actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And so coming to this particular central tendency, what I was trying to explain it. For example, you can consider I have a data. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the data points like 2, 3, 400 and 500, 600. Like we have some thousands of data elements are there. How many elements are there?
Thousand elements.
Thousands of data elements are there. So
Yep.
this is the thousands of element. Uh, we are taking for one particular point, right? One particular element, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So the data, it's always having some uniqueness or not. For example, I want to find out the temperature in summer. Okay, I want to find out the average temperature. I want to be find out the average temperature of summer. Okay,
Yeah.
yes or
Yeah.
no? That
Yes.
particular situation, the temperature will all about will be similar, right? Might be there is a difference will be there in the degrees, like 1 degree or 2 degree, maximum 3 degrees, right? Okay,
Yep.
it could not vary like in the summer you could not see that 0 degrees, right? In India,
Yep.
especially in India. Okay, not in
Yes.
other countries. Okay, especially in India. For
Yep.
example, I want to find out the temperature in the summer in India, especially in India. So
Yeah.
like you're taking the data of the March onwards. You're taking the
Yeah.
temperature of March date onwards. Okay, and till July or till June. This 4 months data we are collecting. Almost 120 records we have it. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
120 records will be 1 year, right? For example, like this, I took 10 years. That means 120 into 10 in the sense it's a 1200 data elements I have it, right?
Yes. Yes.
So this is the 1200 records. It was giving the some standard value. It was giving some kind of standard value. So in summer, definitely this range of data, this range of temperature, you are having it in this particular summer. Okay. Okay,
Yep.
so
Yep.
this is the 1200. Might be there is some kind of variation is there. Some fluctuations are there. Sometimes it was very similar. It was sometimes it was 30 degrees. Sometimes it was 40 degrees. Sometimes it was 50 degrees. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it was 20 degrees because of you taking the last 10 years data. Right? It's not like
Okay.
1 year data. It's a 10 years data. Right? So that there is some kind of variation in the data. Okay. So that particular situation, how much variation is there? Okay, or else what is the mean is there, what is the mode is there. Okay, and whether the data will be validated data or not, we can do with help of central tendency. Okay, we are
Yes.
calling it a central tendency. Central tendency in the sense whatever the data we have it, that particular data, whether it is skewed data or symmetry data or unsymmetry data. You understood my point?
Yes. Yes.
For example, you have the 10 years of summer data, you have it, summer temperature, we have it. So
Yes.
that particular data, whatever you have it, whether it is symmetrically or not, how should I know that? Symmetrical in the sense, it will follow the
Same
bell
pattern.
curve. If you distributed that particular 1200 records, whatever the 1200 records, it was in the numerical format, it was in Excel format. This
Yeah.
thing, if I plot it in distribution like histograms, or else you just distribute it. Okay, distribution in the sense we are visualizing the data in histogram format or different resource. It's distribution in the sense we're just probability distribution.
Yes.
Probability distribution in the sense how many times one particular element is repeated. Okay, so the frequency distribution of each and every element you're displaying on the graph. That particular moment, if you got the curve in the bell curve, okay, so here you have to find out the mean. Okay, you have to find out the mode, we have to find out the median. Okay, this is the three elements will be same values, ideally it will be the same values. Okay,
Yes.
that means mean, median, mode will be the same, then that we are calling it a symmetry data,
Yeah.
that we are calling it a symmetry
Symmetric data.
data. For
Yeah.
example, the mode and median and mode, median, mean will be the different, then that particular data it might become something like this. Okay, or sometimes it might be something like this. Okay, the graph, if you distributed that particular data,
Skewed.
it was not symmetry, it was somewhat skewed is there. The
Yeah.
skewness we can you can able to measure with the different, with help of this particular thing only, whether my
Yes.
data is symmetry or not, that we can able to find with help of the central tendency only. Okay,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
else, or else what the central tendency is explaining. Okay, where the most of the data is distributed. See, you can see here the bell curve will be, it was little up in this particular area, right? That means most of the data will be fall into this particular region. Okay, so most of the distribution will be happening in this particular region, that we can do
Yeah.
with help of the central tendency. Tendency in the sense we are finding the central point, we are finding the central point. Okay,
Yes.
let's have the look out that particular thing. I may have the document, right? You can understood the document. Just always explain the statistics and type of statistics. Okay, and with examples also I explain, you just need to go through it actually. Type of
Yeah.
statistics. Okay, and now it's the level of measurements of your data, like qualitative, nominal, and so
Yeah.
here what kind of operations we can do, what kind of summarization we can summarize the different level of measure of below JB actually, whatever I explained. Okay, now we're talking about central tendency. You just read this particular paragraph. A measure of central tendency is the summary statistic. I already told you statistics are two types. Sorry, descriptive statistics, inferential. From the descriptive statistic, there is a two types of statistics are there. One is summary statistics. Next one is visualization statistics. Okay, summary statistics, it is the central tendency is the summary statistics. Okay, there which is representing the central point. What we are representing? Central point. For example, we have the 1200 of data record. From that one we are find out the central point, or else we are find out the typical point of data set. Data set in the sense your collection of data only, that we are calling it a data set technically. Okay,
Yeah.
so collection of data, and that particular collection of data we are calling it a data set. From this particular data set we need to be give you a central point, or we need to give you the critical point. The data will be the in this particular area, so that we can do with help of the central tendency only. Okay,
Yeah.
this measures the indication where the most values in distribution fall. That's what I explained previously. And also refer to as the central location. Center point in the sense central location, right? Central location, the distribution. So you can think of it is the tendency of the data or to cluster around the middle value. For example, if you do something like this, most of the data will fall in the middle value only, or
Yeah.
mean value only, around the mean only. Okay, around the central point only. So this is the whole thing will be like it's a one center, right? It's the whole thing we can something like it's a cluster.
Yeah.
Okay, the data to cluster around the middle value. Okay, that is central tendency. That's, you can think of it was a tendency of the data to cluster around the middle value, that is central tendency. Okay, in statistics there are most common measure of central tendency is mean, median, mode. We have other things also there, something like a trim mean, weighted mean, geo mean, harmonic mean. Okay, and the confidential intervals, those are the central tendency points only. But most of the things, most of the data science are using only mean and median, but we have other techniques also there. Okay, those techniques also explained clearly in this particular document itself. Okay, so each of this measure calculated of the location central point using different methods. Let's talk about mean. Actually, mean in the sense it was very simple thing, you already know that. Mean in the sense sum of elements by the total number of elements, right? let's see. Mean in the sense you can say that it's average. Okay, the mean is a arithmetic average. For calculating the mean, just add the all the values and divided by the number of observations on this particular data set. For example, you have the 1200 of data records are there of your temperature of summer of the 10 years, right? Okay, this particular moment, what you can do, this 1200 record we need to sum of it. After you are getting the sum of it, then you can able to go with the division by the 1200, because sum of this 1200 records by the total number of observations, that we are calling it's a mean. This is the formula will help you the mean for to find the mean value.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Got it or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is very simple formula actually. Next one is median in the sense. What is the median? Median.
If you like the simple terms, if you ascend it or descend it, the center point, the number of observations divided by 2, the whatever the value number you are getting, that particular value is your median. Ith position, that's a position, middle position of the value, number of observations.
Yes, 100% correct. Just one thing actually, I just need to take it my pen and touch pen. It was very complicated to write with the mouse actually. Yeah. So let's take. I just want to find out the first of all mean. Okay, I just take some data. Okay. So for example, I have the data is 2 and 1 and 4 and 5. Okay, and 3. I have data like this. In this particular situation, I want to find out the mean value. So if you want to find out the mean value, it was very simple without any variation. You just need to sum of these all elements. Okay, 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 5 plus 3 by total number of elements. How many? 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 5 plus 3
5.
by 5.
Yep, the 5.
So here 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 3, 10, 10 plus 5. It's a 15, 15 by 5. How much? It will be the 3, right? This is the mean value. Okay, now we are talking about median value. Median value in the sense it's a middle value. Okay, for example, if we have the 2, 1, 4, 5, 3, how can you say that it's a middle value? You can say that it's a middle value is 4, right? But this is wrong. Okay, but how we can find out the median value? Median value, if we have the data, whatever the data you have it, that particular data we need to sort it first of all. Okay, whatever the data we have it, that we need to make it some order. So here the data is not following the order, but we are finding the mean. You just need to sum of it and total number of elements. But whenever you are finding the middle value, okay, or whenever you are finding the median value, first of all, whatever the data you have it, that we need to sort it either descending or ascending order. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Okay,
yeah,
is it clear my point or not? So if the data having the total number of data will be the 5 is nothing but it's odd. Okay, if total number of records will be odd number of records, then you just need to go with the middle value. Okay, you can see this particular case one, when the n is odd number, let mid value is ith position of xi. Ith position in the sense it's a middle element.
Yeah.
Okay, n by 2, that's n by 2 value. Okay, for example, there is a 5 elements are there. 5 by 2 in the sense it's a 2.5, right? This is 1, this is 2. I mean, it's a third element simply. Okay, yeah, anyway, the middle element we are taking. But for example, I have the element is 6 as well. In this particular situation, my n is total number of elements is 6, right? It is even number, right? Whenever even number, the middle two terms we need to do it average. That means 3 plus 2 by 2. 3 plus 4, sorry, 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 by 2. That means 3.5. You got it my point?
Yeah, yeah.
So median value you can find out in two scenarios. Either n value is the odd, either n value is the even. We need to check it out. If n value is the odd number, then exactly after you ordering, after you setting the data in one particular order, okay, the middle term we are taking as the median value. And coming to the, whenever the n is even number, that means total number of elements will be the even number of records. Then the middle two terms we need to sum and by 2. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the, that will be the, this particular thing, x plus xi plus 1 by 2. This means position, middle two positions xi and xi plus 1, in the sense middle two positions average. Okay.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
is the way we can able to calculate the median actually. Next one is, we need to go for understanding the mode. Mode is nothing but it's a more frequently occurred element. Okay. First of all, we need to understand the frequency. If you
Yeah.
want to understand the mode, we need to go for understanding the frequency.
Yes.
Frequency in the sense, the number of times a variable occurred in a data set is called frequency. For example, I have a data set is 1, 2 and 3. Again I have the 2 and again I have the 3 and 4 I have it. So this is my data. This particular data I need to go with the frequency distribution. 1 is repeated only one time, right? Okay.
Yeah.
2 is repeated 2 times, right?
Yeah.
3 is repeated how many times? 2 times, right?
2 times. Yeah.
Yeah. 4 is repeated one time, right?
One time.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the frequency. This is the frequency table. Frequency table in the sense, the number of times a variable is occurred. See,
Yeah.
1 is a variable. How many times it is occurred? Only one time. Okay. 2 is how many times is occurred? 2 times. 3 is how many times it is occurred? It is a 2 times, right?
2 times.
Okay. The number of times a variable is occurred in a data set is called, it's a frequency. Got it now? What is the frequency? Understood, right?
Yes.
Frequency in the sense, it just find out the number of times one particular element, how many number of times one particular element is repeated, is occurred. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That is the frequency. Coming to the mode, mode is nothing but the value that occurs the most frequency in the data set. For example, here I have the 2 is one more time is repeated. That means here 2 is the 3, right? Okay. That means
Yeah.
1 is repeated one time, 2 is repeated 3 times, 3 is repeated 2 times, 4 is repeated only one time, right? Okay. This moment, see what is my mode value. Mode is nothing but from that all the records, which is the element is most frequent time is repeated, most frequent time it is occurred. 2 is the 2 is occurred 3 times, right? 2 is occurred 3 times, 3 is occurred 2 times, 4 is occurred one time and 1 is occurred only one time. So among this all frequency table, which one will be the more occurrence is happening? 2 will be occurred 3 times. So the
Yes.
mode value is, it's a 2. Okay. As highest frequency on the bar chart, the mode is highest bar. If the data have multiple values, they are tied for occurring the most frequency. You have multi-modal distribution. If no value repeats, the data does not have the mode actually. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's have some kind of example to understand this particular thing. Here beautiful examples are there. Let's go for understand this particular question. Okay. So you can just read it this particular question and you can understand. So given data set, height of students in a class. Okay. Find out the mean, mode, median for this particular data set. So you can see here we have a question is there. The question is height of, this is the student 1 height, this is student 2 height in a class, this is student 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. There is, how many students are there? First of all, you need to calculate the n. How many students are there?
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means n will be 10. What I need to find the, first of all, mean, right? You already know how can you find the mean. Mean in the sense, sum of elements, sum of this all elements by total number of elements. That is the reason mean is sum of this all elements by 10. So 156 by 9 centimeter. That means the average height of this particular class is 156.9 centimeters. Okay. So instead of taking the each and every student thing, actually you are generalizing the height of that particular class. Okay, you are generalizing that particular height of that particular class. Got it or not? How can you find the mean of that particular problem statement? You understood, right?
Yeah.
Now we need to go for find out the mode. If we want to find out the mode, first we need to arrange the data in ascending format, either descending format. So this is my ascending format of this particular data. Whatever the data you have it, just you are making into the some ascending format. So here n value is the even number, right? If n value is the even number, okay, so n by 2 in the sense it's a 5. So it's a 5. So 5, this is the ith position. N by 2 is the ith position. Okay, and I plus 1 position is how much? It's a 6th position, right? So this is the 1, this is 2, this is 3rd position, this is 4th position, this is 5th position, this is 6, this is 7, and this is 8, this is 9, and this is 10. So what are the middle two positions? This is the two positions, right? Okay, 5 and 6. Yeah, so that sorry, talking wrong values. This is 0 position, this is first position, second, third, fourth, previous one only correct. Okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, and this is 8, this is 9, and this is 10th position, right? So I value is, it's a 5 plus 1. So here some mistake is there, it's a 154. Okay, 154. Got it? So 5th position is 145, 6th position is 154. So you can do this average of the two elements. We got the 149.5. So previously the mean value you got it 156.9. This is the mean value, but this here we find out the median value is 149.5. Okay. Hello.
Yep, I was on mute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Are you following my point? So here I calculated the mean. Median as also I calculated, because of here the median value is average of the middle two terms. Here the middle two terms will be 5th position and 6th position. So that I got the 149.5. This is the 2 points also talking about central point only. Okay. Now we have one more measurement is there, that is mode. Whenever you coming to the mode, then we can able to go for find out the frequency table. Then we need to go for the frequency table. Okay, the frequency table is what? Variable is 180. 180 is repeated. 180 in the sense it's the element of this particular thing. 180 is repeated one time, 167 is repeated two times, 154 repeated one time, 142 is repeated one time, 181 is repeated one time, and 145 is repeated the three. Okay, 143 is repeated only one. Okay, in this particular situation 145 is the most occurrence of elements, highest frequency of occurring in your data set, that is 145. So the mode is my 145. Got it?
Yep.
Got it or not?
Yes.
That's what. Let's take the another example to change the observations, and so let's do one more example actually. So this is the problem. So for this particular problem we calculated the mean, median, and mode also we understood, right? Now we have another problem. Okay, so in this particular problem we have the above example and change the some observations. Let it check actually. You are not doing anything. Again we are taking the same thing. Again we are doing the same thing only. Okay, so here 180, 167, 154, 122, 181, 135, 123, 145, 166, 145. Here how many elements are there? Again here again we have the 10 elements are there, sum of elements by the total number of elements, that is the mean. And coming to the median, you have that middle two terms. The middle two terms will be, it's a 145 and 145 and 154. Again we got the same value, and we can see the significant change in the mean, whereas the median does not have any changes. Okay, only few of elements you changed. You can compare the previous data and this data. You only understood year 142, year 142, year 122. Okay,
Yeah.
year
Yeah.
123, year 143, but here we have the 123. Here we have that 145, but we are taking that data as the 135. Here 145 is repeated 2 times. 154, 167 and 167 and 166, 180 and 181, right? So those median value is the middle two terms, average of middle two terms. So here this middle two terms I'm not changing, so that again I got the same value. Okay, we can see the significant change in the mean and whereas the median does not have any change of the previous example and this example. Okay,
Yeah.
this because of calculation of the mean incorporates the all values in the data. If you change in any value, the mean can be changed. What you understood? Here we have the total 10 elements are there, but median can be the same, but median cannot be changed and mean can be changed. Why the mean is changing? Because of if you change one particular element, the reflection will be happening in the mean actually. Okay. Unlike mean and the median value does not depends on all values in the data set constantly. When some of the values are more extreme, the effect of the median is smaller. Okay, so the effect of the median is smaller actually. Of course, the type of other median can change actually. So let's see this particular example. So this is solution for another thing, right? Okay, you can see. So given a below data set, you can able to go for find out the mean and the median. Okay, this is another example. This is the variable. This is the variable is repeated 7 times. 40 is repeated 5 times. 60 is repeated 4 times. 80 is repeated 3 times. So cumulative frequency in the sense it is the sum of this one. Okay, this is the frequency will be carry forward to the first one will be the first frequency is the first cumulative frequency, and these two things we need to sum of it. So 7 plus 5 it's a 12, and 12 plus 4 it's a 16, 16 plus 3 it's a 19 actually. Cumulative frequency in the sense till that particular number how many number of elements is repeated, how many number of elements are there, that is cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency which is carry forward, which is the addition of the cumulative frequency of the present one and the frequency of the next element. Okay, so whenever we have this particular distribution table, whenever you have the distribution table, I need to go for find out the mean and the median and the mode. How should I do that? How should I do that? Okay, so mean is nothing else actually. So here the variable 20 is repeated 7 times, right? So this x and this f, this is the overall weight. Okay, this 40 and 4, this is the 200, 60 and 4 240, and 80 and 3 it will be 240. So this is the total number of elements. Actually this is the data. This data directly we are giving with the frequency. That means this data will be repeated 7 times, 40 is repeated 5 times, 60 is repeated 4 times, 80 is repeated 3 times, right? So from this particular data, so we need to find out the sum of it. So that is the reason 20 into 7, 40 into 5, 60 into 4 and 80 into 3 we are getting these values. Then we are doing the sum of it by total how many number of frequencies are there? It's a 19, right? So 820 by 19 we got the 43.15. Okay, got it or not? Do you understand
Yeah.
how can you find the mean for this thing?
Yes.
And now let's go for find out the mode. If you want to find out the mode, if you see this particular table, then we can easily find out 7 is most frequency is occurred, right? So 20 is my highest frequency. Okay, here mean is 43.15 and the mode is it's a 20 only. How can you find out the median value? How can you find out the median value? So coming to the median value, whenever we have the data, so 19 by 2, how much? 9.5, 9.2 fifth data.
Yeah.
So 9.5th data in the sense we can see the cumulative 9.5 in the sense it was in between 7 and 12, right? It was in between the 7 and 12. So there is a no value 9.5 in the cumulative frequency. If you want to find out the median value, you need to go for checking the cumulative frequency. from the cumulative frequency, there is no 9.5. So we can take the next cumulative frequency is the 12. Okay, we just need to take the next cumulative frequency, whatever we have it, next cumulative frequency is the 12. So the corresponding value is, it's a 40. Okay, the mean, so the median value you can simply find out. Okay, frequency by total frequency by 2, we got some particular value. That value, whether it is there in cumulative frequency or not, if it is not there, we need to go for the next cumulative frequency corresponding value. So 9.5 is not available, so that the next cumulative frequency is the 12. So the corresponding value is 40. So I calculated the 40 is my median value. Got it? Yeah. So this is the data. It's a continuous data or ratio data or numbers data. Okay, but whenever the data is grouped, then how you can able to find out? So mean for grouped labeled is same way what we do on grouped data. It's just a variable actually, because of mean it could not be changed. Only median and mode, the median and mode you can able to find out for the this kind of data, and the grouped data will be little different, but mean could not be different. Grouped data in the sense something like this. Okay, so variable is some range, variable is some intervals, 0 to 10 and 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and 30 to 40, 40 to 50, this kind of range. So the data is repeated 3 times, data is repeated 5 times, your data is repeated 7 times, data is repeated 9 times, your data is repeated 5 times. Your cumulative frequency is 3, and here the cumulative frequency 3 plus 5 8, 7 plus 5 15, and 15 plus 9 it's a 24, 24 plus 4 it's a 28. This is the table we given, and we need to find out the mean, median and mode. Here the data is grouped data, and here the data is ungrouped data. You need to understand the difference between the data actually. This is the grouped data. For grouped data, we can able to find out the mean and median in mode is different format other than the grouped data actually. Okay. So you know how we can able to find the mean, median mode in the ungrouped data. Coming to this particular grouped data, we need to remember this particular formula. Okay, this is the L plus H by F of into N by 2 minus C. Okay, where L is the lower class boundary of the median class, H is the size of the median class, F is the frequency corresponding to the median class. I think if you are new for this thing, you don't worry, I can explain you with a proper example. Okay, so but we need to remember this particular formula, guys. Okay, you need to remember this particular formula. This is the formula will help you to find out the median and mode for grouped data. Okay, so this is the table. We are changing the table actually. We are adding one particular point over here, and this is my group. For this particular group, I want to find out the midpoint in between these two elements. What is the midpoint? It's a 5, right? In between 10 and 20, what is the midpoint? It's a 15, right? In between the 20 and 30, what is the midpoint? It's a 25, right? In between 30 and 40, the mid value is 35, right? And 40 and 50, the mid value is it's a 45. Okay, this is the mid values. Because of whenever we have the grouped data, it was very complicated to know that which value I need to be considered. We don't know. That is the reason I'm taking the midpoint itself. Okay, whatever the frequency I given over here, that we need to be considered. Okay, after that one, whatever the cumulative frequency we have it, that we need to be considered. Now we can able to find out the F and X. F in the sense it's your frequency, X in the sense it's your mid value. So whenever you are multiplying with your frequency versus your number, so we got the 760. This is sum of grouped data, by total number of grouping elements. How many elements we have it? It's a 28, right? This is very similar to the mean in ungrouped or not. It is very similar to the mean how you calculated the mean in grouped data, which is same as the mean we are calculating in ungrouped data is also grouped data is also same, right? Mean will be the same. See, I just need to talk with you guys, either whether you're following or not, I need to understand.
Yes, yes, Anjan, we are following.
Yes, Mani is following. Yeah.
Yeah, so here I given some kind of names, right? Like L, H, Fm, and F1 and F2. There is some kind of variables are there, right? This is the variables we need to find out from this particular data itself. From this particular data itself. Okay, so I want to find out the median value. I want to find out the median value. How should I calculate the median value? First, whatever the 28 we have it, if I do the 28 by 2, then I got the value is 14. So 14 is not in cumulative frequency. If the cumulative frequency 40 is not there, then I can able to consider the next one. So my cumulative frequency is, I consider the 15. Actually, we got the 14, but that 14 is not available. So the next carry forward cumulative frequency is 15. So I just calculated the 15. I just consider as the 15. Here my C is my 15. Here my C is my 15. C is nothing but cumulative frequency of that particular median class. Okay, cumulative frequency of the median class. After that one, median class is nothing but, what is the median class? If you consider the 15 is C, the corresponding class is, it's a 20 and 30, right? So this is the 20 and 30, it's my class. So from this particular 20 and 30, L is nothing but lower boundary. L is nothing but, it's my L is nothing but, it's my lower boundary. Okay, so here the lower boundary in the sense, if you take the this particular value, right, 20 and 30, it's your middle class or median class. So 20 will be lower class, and H is nothing but height. That means difference between these two elements is height. F is nothing but corresponding frequency. So the 20 comma 30, the corresponding frequency is 7, right? Okay, and here C is you consider as the previous cumulative frequency, not 15 actually. Your my C is previous cumulative frequency. We are considered the 15 or 15. This is the median value we consider, right? Before that, whatever the cumulative frequency is there, that we are considered as the my C value. Okay, so you know the C value, you know the N value. N is nothing but total number of elements. F is nothing but it's your frequency, and C is nothing but your cumulative frequency. So this is your 8, and 8 plus 7, it is 15, right? Okay, this is the 15. We're distributing with 8 will be the cumulative frequency, and 7 is my frequency. Got it?
Yes.
This is the 15. We are taking F will be the 7 and C is 18. How you taking? Because of in this particular graph, cumulative before the this particular middle class, whatever the cumulative frequency we have it, and previous cumulative frequency data and the present middle class frequency data we are considered. When you do that sum of it, you should be get the 15 actually. So this is the values we just need to apply on this particular formula. So you know that lower boundary, right? Lower boundary in the sense, so middle class lower boundary, H is nothing but size of the middle class, and M in the sense frequency corresponding to the model class. F1 is nothing but frequency preceding to the model class. F2 is nothing but no, sorry, this is the thing I'm going to talk about. Frequency corresponding to the median class. C is nothing but cumulative frequency preceding median class. Preceding median class. Whatever the median class we have it, before the whatever cumulative frequency value is there, that we need to be considered. Okay, that is the reason I just got it. C value is the 8, N value is 28, and F value is 7, and so you just
You just got it this particular values, and you need to apply this particular formula. We got it 28.57. Okay. In the meanwhile, we have the model class like mode also we need to find out actually. Coming to the mode, so which is the most frequently occurred frequency table we need to be considered. Here 9 is the most repetitive class, so that will be the 30, 40. That means lower boundary will be the 30, lower boundary will be the 30, h will be the 10. You can just calculate it. Lower boundary will be the 30, h will be the 10, and the frequency of that particular thing will be the 9, and the previous frequency is the 7, and the next frequency is the 4. We can see if you take this one, previous one is f1, next one is f2, this is fm. Okay, mode frequency, previous frequency, next frequency. So those values you just need to go for apply on your particular mode formula, then you got this particular value 32.85. So this is the values only. This is the way when the data is grouped data, when the data is ungrouped data, this can help you actually. Okay, so guys, what I can do, I would like to copy this whole thing, and I can able to share with you. You just read it. Before coming to the next class, your homework is important, guys, because of if you are having that 100% of the knowledge in statistics, okay, so no one can stop you to get the job. Yes. Shit. Just 1 minute, please. So I need to copy from the reason is that you guys are asking every time document and document and document, right? I don't give the chance to ask the document. I need to share it.
You could
We
have
just need to
directly,
practice.
it could have
Sorry?
directly shared that document, right? You're copying. Why are you copying?
So if I give the 1 day, the cinema is done, right? You can go and read in 1 day, but some people can't read in 1 day, and you're losing your interest.
No, that's what you're saying. You're copying till 15 pages. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just copying only 15 pages,
Okay.
not all.
I thought you were copying entire.
Then I'm full.
అలా ఎందుకంటారండి సారీ.
If I'm copying entire thing, if I'm sharing you,
Yeah.
then definitely I'm full, right? Yeah, I don't give the chance to header. Actually, it's I'm using Mac. Okay,
So,
table picture from the file. Command data science. Insert.
do one thing, save it as a PDF and share it.
Yeah, sure. That's what I'm trying.
Yeah.
It was changed. Somewhat pages are not in proper order.
Yeah, your header size is big. You need to reduce that.
Yeah. Yeah, fine. Save. Okay. PDF.
Middle, in the middle, in the middle. No, down, 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 down. Yeah.
Oh, it was saved right already.
Yeah, it already
Okay.
saved.
Where? Documents, huh?
No, you're in your desktop and your data science. There you go. Statistics.
Yes. What I can do? What is the date?
24th. Sorry, 25th.
2021 06
25th.
25th, huh? 25th. Yes. Yeah, I can share with you in this particular thing. Yeah, thank you. Bye guys. See you. Take care.
So how are you sharing it? That's question.
I can share in the Google Drive.
Okay, fine. You have our email IDs?
You just drop the email IDs. You just take my number 9640
Just a minute. 9640
987
987
960.
960. Thank you, man.
Yeah.